Good morning. It's the Love Guru. It is Friday, March 20th at the crack of dawn. And I woke up thinking some things that I wanted to share with you guys. And I'm wondering, how were they, and by they I mean our government, the people in quote power, how were they able to martial law us? How were they able to spread this thing, this bioweaponry, the coronavirus, which I have shared in some posts that I think that the amount of cases that they're sharing is bullshit. I think a lot of that stuff is fabricated about what you hear in the news as per usual. Why would it be any different now, right? You have to stop and ask yourself, you have to stop and look at this situation through your third eye, not your regular eyes, through your third eye, through your intuition. You have to ask yourself what's really going on here behind the scenes. Why are they doing this? What is happening? So, this is a question for my Lightworkers, my Starseeds, my Indigos. How are they able to do this martial law to us? How were they able to spread this bioweaponry, or at least the fake story of what's going on? And I'm interested to hear what you have to say. My thought is that one, I think that most of our population still is not educated about, what should we say, the dark side of the government, the dark energy that is happening in our world, the secret government. They're not aware of that. For many years, there's two theories I have. So that's one, not enough people are aware of, in our society, are not aware of it. Number two, actually maybe there's three, is that the media has portrayed conspiracy people as wackos. I just started this new show, which I happen to really like it. It is called, it doesn't even matter what I'm watching, right? It's The Big C. It's The Big C, which is about cancer, but it's not really about cancer. It's about a lady who's like really living her life. She decides to like really live her life. And there's a guy on there that is her son, her brother, who is a man of the land, who likes living off the grid, who's into these conspiracy theories, who's basically one of us, right? And even this show that is all about living life to the fullest and whatever portrays him as a crazy person, which what he speaks is truth. And it doesn't matter whether you've seen the show or not, but for the longest time, the media has been portraying us who speak the truth, who learn about the truth, yes, the conspiracy people, as crazies, as wackadoos. Now, granted, there are people who are a little bit off kilter in this field, in this realm, but a lot of us are very grounded and aware, and a lot of us are very connected to our intuition, and a lot of us are indigos and starseeds. And why are we attracted to that stuff? Because that is our mission, to clear out the corruption in the government, in these other systems that exist that have corruption. And that's why we are attracted to that, to fully know with what we're working with, to understand why we're fully here. And so I think, were we too quiet? Was there not enough education out there, enough awakening? Were we too quiet amongst ourselves on how we're combating this? And the third part is that there is still so much trauma. Well, not really still. There is so much trauma in our society. People are mentally and emotionally ill, not mentally and emotionally mature. They're immature because, and that's my area of expertise, of helping people heal these traumas, helping people heal these childhood wounds, helping people heal the anxiety, the anger, the sadness, the loneliness, the frustration, the anger, the resentfulness, the rage, the things that are going on within them, healing past life trauma, healing current life trauma, healing trauma that has happened several years ago that you think doesn't affect you, but yet still affects you. That's what we're seeing come to the rise now. So there's not education out there about enough education out there about how to heal the traumas that us humans hold in our body, in our energy body, how to do that. And please share this video. This information needs to get out. This is information that I help people with. And the crazy stuff that we see, it's so interesting because people talk about, it's so crazy how everybody's buying toilet paper and Clorox and tissues and milk and whatever, and then they're the ones also out there doing it. I was in Dunkin' Donuts the other day, just like we're doing some work, because I don't eat Dunkin' Donuts, nor do I drink coffee. I just go for the Wi-Fi. So I was just there, and I go to study humans. That's what I do. I go out for the last many years, my whole life. Spirit just puts me in situations where I just study humans, because they're interesting to me and they're funny and a little bit weird to me, and I don't really understand why they do the things they do. So I have been in a lot of situations where I just watch people. So that day I was watching people at Dunkin' Donuts, and there were these two men, these older men, talking about how people are crazy. Why are they buying all this toilet paper? Can't they just go into the bathroom to wash their ass? And then he went on to say on how the lines were super long. They were from one side of the store to the next, and how he just bought, and he went on to list all the million things, the steaks, the chicken, the this, the that, all the things that he was buying. And it was humorous to me because he obviously had a full cart at the supermarket. So, if that's not the pot calling, the kettle calling the pot black? But people don't realize the traumas that they have. And so, back to this martial law thing, how were they able to unleash this? It's going to be a nice day here. I'm living out in New Jersey. It's going to be a nice day here. I woke up thinking, well, where do I want to go? I'm like, oh, yeah, I want to go into the city. And it's like, I don't know if that's really the greatest idea. And I don't really think it's a great idea to go many places. The cops are really out in full force around the area. I don't know if you've noticed this in your area, and I just feel that ego that is being built within them, the sense of importance that they're here to save the society. Don't gather in groups. It's like such a weird thing, right? So, people are easily triggerable. So I'm just keeping the distance, which I quite enjoy. And I also find that people, I think, have sort of mellowed out a bit and are more helpful to one another than when this originally started. So I don't know if all this time off has really contributed to people finding more of their center and just chilling. But the energy I feel is quite nice out, but I definitely am sort of staying away from cops. And if I can feel someone's energy that is a little bit off kilter, I stay away from them in general, because I happen to be a person that triggers people. So I just do what I need to do to protect my energy and protect my well-being. And I assume that you do the same too, because again, if you're an indigo, you easily trigger people too, just because you carry a different vibration than other people out there, because we are meant to trigger people into awakening and shifting. But If somebody's already hurting, we don't need to add fuel to the flames. So answer me the question, how was the cabal, the secret government, the dark government, the shady government, how are they able to put us under martial law? Now, granted, it's not a hardcore martial law. People are allowed to roam around, but there's more and more limits. Now they're closing restaurants and everything at 8 o'clock. You're not allowed to gather in groups. I mean, if you're hanging out in the park, what if you have a big family? I don't know, break it up. You can't hang out with your friends. It's like, it sort of seems like you can hang out in groups of like 3 or 4, but after that, it kind of seems like you might be pushing it. So this is very interesting. This is all connected. So, I mean, we've been watching movies like this for years, right? We've been learning about this for years. And again, all the people used to think, oh, well, you're a little bit kooky. I don't know. You're not a little bit disconnected. You're not really, I don't think you're really telling the truth or you know what you're talking about. Meanwhile, we're living it now. So how are we able to get here? How are we able to get out? So, as a light worker, a star seed, an indigo, what are you doing with yourself to raise your vibration, to heal whatever gunk you're still carrying if you are still feeling sort of easily triggered by other people out there? So, or fearful for your future, what are you doing for yourself, which helps the collective? And how do we move forward from here? So what do you think, what's coming to your mind, and really not what's coming to your mind, what is coming as a divine download into your intuition? So let me know, and I will speak to you later. Bye-bye.